Then you can sell them things there. You know it.
Stop talking about that. That job was coming, man. Because for your reason, brethren.
Jeez almighty.
You know, easy at talk.
Yes. Greetings. Going out to the sister. Are you still there? Lisa? Oh no, this is Supreme speaking.
It's Lisa, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
hello.
still here.
Lisa, can I, you know what? I admire you for what you're doing, going to church and looking for a faith. Can I ask you, have you been going to have you been doing this a long time, or is it a turning point in your life that you've now decided?
Well, what actually happened, Supreme, I got baptised about 28 years ago.
28?
Yes, about 28 years ago.
Okay.
And one thing after another, I managed to walk away and join the millions of other people that were practicing non-godly things. And then a few years ago, let's say within the last 10 years, my mindset had changed, and I didn't go back to God those years ago, but it had been on my mind. So in a sense, I was living looking over my shoulder, because life wasn't beautiful, life wasn't brilliant. I didn't have the peace and the contentment that I have now. Eventually, I went back to my faith, more to be practicing it, and living in the way, or trying to at least living in the way that it brings better peace for me, by looking into the scriptures and trying to be obedient and do what God wants me to do. Jammers, we'll make it so quiet tonight.
You know?
Yeah, alright, oh gosh, man. Alright, I suppose so. First, I'd like to say I haven't got any problems with Christianity or religion or divine faith. What I've got a problem is the people who don't know what the hell they're talking about, who claim to be religious or Christians. If someone was coming to fix your TV, they must have some form of qualification. If someone's going to fly a plane, they must have some qualification. If someone's going to perform going to perform an operation on a heart, they must have a high level of qualification. So if someone is going to tell you about divine science, high level science, what qualifications of some of these people? We don't check. I want to see that. Where's the paperwork to show that they've qualified? Where's the scholarship? What schools have they studied? Do they even know what hermeneutics is? They probably think I'm talking about some kind of disease, because the only people that were qualified to interpret the Bible had to study hermeneutics, which is high level science, knowledge of the language system, knowledge of the Hebrew language, knowledge of the Aramaic language, knowledge of the etymology, knowledge of astronomy, and knowledge of how you can decipher the metaphors, because all old books had a story with a metaphor attached to it. And most of these preachers, so-called teachers, have no scholarship, no qualification. You know, if you won't let an electrician work on your TV, you shouldn't let someone chat to you about divine science if they cannot prove where they've studied their knowledge from. And that's the problem. We're listening to someone, but we're not checking what knowledge do they really have and where did they get their knowledge from. Secondly, we first we had wealth and land, and they had the Bible. Now we've got the Bible and they've got our wealth and land. Second point. Then they tell us we were wealthy, but they're telling us money is the root of all evil. They've got the money. They seem to be alright. We haven't got no money. Look what's happening to our youths nowadays. Then they tell us leave everything and wait till you die, and then you'll be saved. My parents have died and they still haven't seen this guy with the white hair come and save him. Look how many people have died and have not seen this white-haired guy in a skirt come down and save them. How many more people have to die before we wake up to this fantasy? Because if you really know something and you studied for years, you would know it. You would be sure. You would not believe nothing because you would be sure. Believe is the key word, because if you've studied God, you've got evidence of God, you will know there's a God, you'll be sure there's a God, and you'll take action because you're sure you're going to have affirmative positive action. If you've studied for years, how can you believe something? How can you believe that's my child, or I believe I can drive this car? You should know. So anybody who tries to talk about divine science or tries to talk about God and says that word believe, that means they're not sure and they don't know and they have no scholarship. So basically, this is the problem that I have, because when the Bible tells you that money is the root of all evil, and it's telling you stay out of politics, it's telling you don't bother with running your country, it's not showing you about science, it's not showing you about mathematics, it's not showing you about nutrition, it's showing you to wait for somebody else to work for you. And if you study hermeneutics, then you know that believe in Hebrew means to foster, to encourage, to nurture. It doesn't mean truth. And then when you go to look at the word belief, and this is from the concordance, Bible concordance, look at Strong's Bible concordance, Bible references I'm giving you. Look at the word belief in Greek, and the word belief in Greek means to deceive, to deceive and manipulate. That's what the word believe means in the Bible's coordinates. Anybody who studied the Bible and has got scholarship should know this, that believe means to deceive. And if you look at any chapter in the Bible and substitute the word for believe, you see it still reads the same way. So this is the big con that people who, imagine someone who can't drive a plane and they get in a plane and try to fly, and you're the passenger, it's going to crash. And this is the reason why this religion has not produced no hospitals, no cures for cancer, no schooling, stop wars, because we're following someone who has no scholarship, someone who only believes there's a God and not sure and can't guide you in the right way because they do not know nothing about hermeneutics. Thank you.
See, so
Thank you for that.
Jamus coming for him. He's reading.
I just say I've got nothing wrong with the Christian belief. I've got problems with the people who try to teach but are leading the people up the wrong path because they have not studied.
One thing I would say to the jobbers, it's like anything. Don't get lost in the messenger. See the message, and remember we're imperfect, and you are right on some of the things you were talking about on the level of what people believe and what people preach and what people teach. But I'm going to go back to my comment. Ultimately, there's hundreds of Bibles out there, and they're written by different people and they're translated by different people, and some have some scriptures taken out. There's only one Bible with God's name in it throughout. There's many Bibles that have his name in a couple times. But the message in all of the Bibles is the same, regardless of who wrote them, regardless of whether they put verses in, verses out. The Maccabee Bible from the Gideon, from the King James. They all have the same message. In the beginning there was man and woman, not man and man, not woman and woman. In the middle there was the Hebrew Israelite, which, without going into it, I personally believe that we people of colour were the original Hebrew Israelites. And it says in the end that God's kingdom is what we should be, that same in Matthew is what we should be praying for. That same Our Father who art in heaven. The kingdom is the kingdom that's going to come. It's going to give us everlasting peace and happiness. What we need to ask ourselves is, will we be there? Are we so much the doubting Thomases? Are we so caught up? And regardless, David, of whether or not the people that teach and preach the Bible, They may not even be there, so why are you getting lost in them? What we need to really think about is how we can be there and whether we have a belief. And it's a beautiful journey if you do, because we're only going to be doing things that are kind, pleasant, pleasing. Even if you don't believe in the higher being, we're only going to be doing nice and pleasant things if we follow that book. Now, that's all I can say. I'm not trying to make anybody believe that there is a God, or anybody believe that the book is written by him. All I'm saying to you is try the book out. Follow it like you would follow a diet. How many people are changing? Alright, so I'm going to give you one thing now. So back in the day, maybe 20, 30 years ago, people used to eat certain foods and do certain things. How many of you in the studio have had McDonald's?
When?
Any time in your life?
Yeah,
Wanna eat McDonald's?
Yeah.
Why did you eat McDonald's?
I didn't know better. I was ignorant.
But why did you go and try it?
Because I didn't know better. I mean, I just, addicted to the junk food that time there.
Well, you only got addicted, Dougie, by trying it.
Yeah.
And the reason why you tried it is because you were intrigued. The reason why you were intrigued is probably you heard about the McDonald's. And so therefore you went in.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Bible.
Yeah.
They're no different. Why not open it rather than criticize it? Why not open it and try and live by it? And after you've lived by it, then you make your judgment on whether or not this is good or this is not. We can only make our judgment by trying something. We can't stand on the outside and judge. We can only make the judgment after we've tried it.
No, but sorry, but if you hear what I said, right? I said that I question everything. That's why I'm just
Good to question in order to get your answers.
Yeah, but there's certain things don't make sense to me. And that's by my observation and questioning the whole thing about the Bible and what's been said, and just totally doesn't. I mean, doesn't make no sense, And that Jam is just throwing out some stuff to the table there, and and again we need to.
Can I just say something,
go to
Dougie?
the source.
Can I just say something, Dougie?
Yeah.
Most Christians, when they get sick, they run to the doctor, not the Bible. And a lot of the statistics will show that for the amount of people that are following this Bible, there's not many. It doesn't really add up. The figures don't add up. You'll get the odd few that a miracle will happen, but the majority, they're left for devastation, left for corruption. Look at the people who teach the Bible. None of us are pedophiles. None of us kill children. None of us perform rituals, blood drinking rituals. Ministers do this. Nuns do this. They do the biggest corruption, where they take the wealth of they say money is the root of all evil. What do they do with the Bible in the church? Have a big collection. Some of them are the richest ministers. Some of them even have their own planes, and they're milking them. So the evidence, the facts show something totally different from the belief system. Sorry.
It is true. But David, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Please don't look at the messenger. Look at the message. Don't look at the message, because at the end of the day, you are right. There's people, some of these churches, there's adultery, there's pedophiles, there's people taking them, people earn hard-earned wages and go spend it on ends and everything else. But that ideally is the minority, we would hope. But that's not what the Bible teaches. Is it? That's what people
It depends
are
on
doing.
which Bible. How many? There's about 250 versions of the Bible. Even they argue with each other. Even in the same community,
There's
they're
more
arguing
than that,
about philosophy. So which version, which message are you talking about?
David,
Which religion?
as I said,
I know,
the
but you said.
Bible-
I'm just saying. You said follow the message, but which message? Because there's so
No,
many different
the Bible's
Bibles,
got one
so many different
message.
No, but there's not though, because they wouldn't be arguing. They wouldn't have wars with each other. No, you wouldn't have even in the
The
same
Bible's
church.
got messages,
They'll
but
have
the message
arguments
is
over the message. Which
The
message?
throughout all Bibles is the same.
They're not the same,
It's
though.
exactly
They're not the same because the Hebrew
What-
Bible has got a different interpretation from the Greek Bible. The Italians, and even the King James has got a different interpretation from the Jehovah's Witness Bible. You know, so which Bible and which
It's
message?
not. They're all the same, David. They are all
Well, why
the
are they
same.
arguing with
They
each
all-
other? Why don't they come
because-
together and put all their resources together and build one school for us, one hospital for us, if they all are in agreement with the one message?
Because when you read the Bible, it shows you about the system that we're living in. It's going to tell you in the scriptures about the things that are happening today, the wars. There'll be wars worse than wars. So since 1914, we've always had wars from the ancient days. From Jesus' days, we've had wars. From before Jesus, there's been wars, there's been battles. Since 1914, we've seen bigger wars that have taken more millions of lives than ever. World War One, World War Two,
Yeah,
all the
but
other wars.
All right.
So hold on, let me finish.
Go on.
Let me finish. So the Bible tells you exactly, it talks about famines being worse. It talks about all of the conditions. And it says that these conditions are going to get worse. But these conditions worsening are the sign of God's Son coming. It says when these things get worse, they will come. But just to say Gemma's point again, all of the Bibles carry the same message. They talk about God's kingdom. They talk about what you have to do. They also talk about imperfect man. And we are all fighting the spirits of this world, which are a lot stronger than us. But remember, the one thing is, God can read our hearts. So what me and you might do the same today, my or your reasons to do it could be completely different. So we can't read people's hearts. We don't know why somebody will come out of their house with a shotgun or a cutlass and chop off someone's head. We don't know why people will do that. All we know is what we're seeing, and we can't judge that.
All right, but listen, you know, son, and this is a fact. This is true, right? When Bush was going on war with Iraq or whoever, right? You know what he done? He had a meeting with his Bible coach, right? And after that meeting, it was right for him to go to war. He had a meeting with his Bible coach, and it was quite clear, right? Let's go to. So what I'm saying is, you can use the Bible, right, as a shield or religion as a shield to carry your nastiness. You see what I'm saying? So what James is saying that to me?
They could try.
Yeah, but it's like you know, if a man come to your yard, it was like James said, it was an electrician, right? You like to know he's an electrician, because if not, he'll blow the flipping place up. You see what I'm saying, right? So I mean, what I'm saying that there's too
You
much.
can see that hypocrisy. That's what you're saying.
There's too much souls. Yeah.
But we know that.
No.
We know that.
No, but you see, even though you say you know that, right? But you said it's the same Bible, innit? Right.
No, I didn't. I said the message in all of the Bibles is the
You
same.
said it's the same in all the Bibles, then, yeah.
Yeah, because these people that are doing things aren't showing you in the scriptures that it tells them to do these bad things.
If that's the case, then the people who really follow the Bible, why is the world is in the mess it is right now?
Because who follows the people that run the world don't follow the Bible. If they did, they would be going out there from door to door telling people about God's kingdom, and they don't. The government have a very. Errol said on Saturday that the sickness that we have, we should be teaching our young people about God and about spiritual things. But the government is in a key position to put adverts on the TV to encourage our young people to know about spiritual things and to know about God. Does it do that? No, it doesn't, because it's ruled by the system of things.
Yeah, but hold on, please. We're gonna go over the business today. But the same government you're talking about, I know the same people who study the Bible.
The government doesn't advocate anything to do with the Bible.
The government, we're talking, people who run the government, we're talking about people of the churches.
The churches don't want the government.
No, man,
The Church of England used to be instrumental in praying over wars and going to war, and the kings. It used to be very, but they've kind of taken a step back. But Dougie, let me just say one thing to you. Let's get this clear. I'm not advocating any church. I would never set foot in a church. I'm not advocating any church. I'm not advocating any religion. But the religion I follow is that, like Emma said, of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Because I've done my research, and I see that they're the only ones that are really doing the will of God close to what the Bible says. And for me, they're imperfect, but they are the best imperfect organisation that I know.
Yes, Lisa?
Yes?
Yeah, that's very interesting that you've done your... Is it testify or testimony? Yeah.
Huh?
I said I love your testimony. I personally believe... I know the three brothers in here. I believe that everybody should find a religion or a faith. Yeah, because no, brethren, listen, see, you're fighting me down already. There's too many loose people, loose cannons, walking zombie, walking madman, killing each other for no reason. They need something to look to.
No, brethren. Hold on.
Let me hold on. What? No,
hold on.
Are you saying it's a fantasy? Religion is a fantasy. You take away my belief. What are you going to put in its place? Chaos. How are you going to get buried? Who's going to bury you? No, I'm just saying.
What do you mean it's bury?
Who going to bury you?
No. What can I go there? Who's going to bury you? No, hold on.
You watch.
Hold on a second.
No. Don't mock my faith and my religion.
No, hold on.
When you sick, nobody now gonna look for you. When I sick, the whole church will look for me. What mess?
No.
But we were born in sin.
No,
that's why.
No, you're called.
No. You bring in the Antichrist in the room. I have to deal with him.
No.
What are you then? Before Christ? And what's let me give him the mic. Go on.
I deal with reality. I don't deal with fantasy. As I said, belief in Greek means to deceive. So as soon as you say you believe something, you're shutting off your senses. Hold on a second. You're shutting off your intuition. You're shutting off the higher nature of your eyes and mouth. Every animal's got higher senses to interpret, work with nature. As soon as you take on a deceit or someone tells you something, you're not becoming self-reliant anymore. You're relying on what somebody else has told you. You know, no animal on the planet will survive if it relies on what another animal says. You have been given all the tools by divine nature, not in sin, to be able to have a prosperous life.
All right, sorry. One second. My sister, Jules, I'm just conscious that people want the phone and people's framing on the line there.
All right.
Give thanks for the reasoning still, see?
All right.
All right then, so we reason later, yeah?
All right,
all right then.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Bye. So, what else, Sabri? The live link number is 07960 239 493. So if you want the phone in, sorry the people was really eager to phone in. Let me see something. Greetings.
Yeah, greetings. Yes, that sister, right, who was on the phone long. Tell her to phone back.
Just make your point. Just make your point, my brother.
If nobody no, I'm not telling her off. I'm saying if nobody calls, she can come back.
Yeah, right. No problem.
Yeah, it's just the radio addict, you know.
All right.
No, I just wanted to correct what's his name? I forgot now. Jammers, yeah. And he was saying, I don't know what he's angry with. He's angry with the organisation or religion or community. I don't really get it, because he's upset with something. Some of the things he says, I'm upset as well. But you know, anybody can call it, any organisation can call themselves a church. So when you say church, I don't know what you're referring to really, because anything you could say church. You even got these places, churches of spirituality, where they do witchcraft in it. Yeah, so that's a church. So when you say the church, I don't really get it. Also, you got this place, as the sister mentioned, Church of England. And if you know the history of that, it's created out of convenience. It's not a proper church. You see what I mean? It's like a convenience. That's why the homosexual movement used that as a top authority to give the authority to say should they go ahead with these mock marriages with the homosexual people. You see what I mean? That's what they used them, because that church was like a fake church in the first place. And I want to correct you on some point. He says the money is the root of all evil, but it doesn't say that scripturally in the Bible. It says the love of money. I have to correct you there, yeah? And when you say no religion has created a hospital, which religion? We talking about what? No religion over here? Globally, have you checked every religious organisation? That's a big kind of open statement. You know what I mean? Because that, I can guess that's probably wrong, incorrect. What you're saying there, that no religion, because the word religion is not an organisation. Well, it's an organisation, but it's not one organisation. You see what I mean? You get me? I can't hear you. I'm talking. I'm not hearing anything.
No, I was letting you speak before I respond.
Okay, yeah. Religion has not created a hospital. That cannot be true, because I'm sure you get probably in the Caribbean. I'm thinking of there's probably Adventist hospitals, probably of denominations, and but I never heard of a Muslim hospital. Probably there is. That's a religion, isn't it? So that's a kind of wise statement to make. So I mean, you're talking about people must have qualifications and all this, but you're making big points. What that means, but you see what I mean? You haven't got the whole.
All right, then. Let me come in there, sir, because this.
Because what?
Because this whole we're talking about religion, right? There's law contradiction in religion. I mean, the Brother Supreme said that we should find a religion. See, right? It's like anyway, because if you look at so-called Muslims, right, who claims that they're more holy and holy, but yet again, right, they sell alcohol, they sell pork to our people in the community. These are Muslims, right? You have Christians, right, who claims that they're more holy and holy, but yet again they will go out and kill, see, and exploit. These are the things we see, and this is what James brings to the table. So again, he's not fighting against people, but these are things what we see. So there's so much contradiction. We have to point these things out. So this thing where we must talk like these people are holy and nothing going on. No, man, we have to go and fire upon that still. See? Yeah, come.
No, I just like to make something clear. Basically, I've got no problems with Christians or Christianity, because basically it's our spirituality. This is us. This is our teachings that everybody else is corrupted. My problem is the corruption, and it's a deliberate corruption when the information is in plain sight. For us to use our divine nature in the highest form and in the right way, there's a deliberate conspiracy to deny our people of the right source of information in interpreting our divine nature, which we gave to the world. That's my grievance. Some of the things, okay, about hospitals, I probably made a bland statement, but my point is clear that for the misinformation that's been given to our people, it's been to our downfall, because before they had control of the doctrine of spirituality, we lived for 4,000 years in the highest level of civilization, the most wealth, and the highest level of science before they came in and corrupted our divine nature. So that's what my problem is. And under the guise of Christianity, they enslaved us as a people. They dehumanized us. They raped, corrupted, and crippled us, and they're still doing it today. And that's my grievance.
And I would just like to add and put a question to Brother Dougie and to Jammers, that you so-called spiritualists? That's a religion. You're religious. You are. And then you made a statement. And then you brought up Greek. A Greek word meaning belief. So where are you coming from? Greek mythology.
That's where you're coming from, because if you're using the word, belief is comes from the Greek word deceive. So you're practicing Greek, because you're not using the African word. You're not using the African word. I don't know the African word, but you're not using the African word. So you're accusing. One minute. You accuse me of Greek mythology when you're actually using a word that's come from Greek. So you're the one practicing Greek mythology. So that's my first point. Yeah, that's my first point. You're the one practicing. Well, that's the problem, because we're reading a Bible that's we're not being shown in plain sight where the word comes from and what it really means. So and you can see worldwide that we're held back as a people. Look at our youth now. Out of every nation of youth here in London, our youth are the most demoralized, the most big, and they're most killing each other and they will see a chemical warfare in Syria where 70 people were killed, and they'll go to war with Syria. 50 of our youths have been killed here. They're not looking for the gun makers or the people pushing the drugs in. They're talking about black on black, and they're going for the victims, not the perpetrators. Yeah. Well, one second. You're talking about religion. That's another Greek word. Yeah. Re means to go back. Religion means to tie, as in obligation. Religion comes from the Ligures, who were North Africans, who were the first people that were enslaved by Roman. That's where the word religion comes from. By the Romans enslaving us North African. That's where the word religion, it means to tie back. Every other word is a meaning. The meaning don't give you the fact.
Okay. What does the word spirituality mean? What you follow?
Spirituality is a Greek word. It relates to doing your breath. It relates to breathing. It's a higher science that was developed in Kemet, where you're breathing. If you look at martial arts, acting, running, your breathing controls your nature. Most animals, you can use your breathing to control it. Temperature is controlled by breathing. When you lose your temper, you use your breathing to calm yourself down. So breathing is a high level science. It's not a word. It's a way that you can control your behavior and use your breathing, which is one of your first essence, because you work from the air principle, which is the breath. You work from the fire principle, which is the eye. You work from the earth principle, which is the body, and you work from the water principle, which is the mouth. So it's a high level knowledge. It's not a word. It's a state of working with your higher nature, the middle nature.
Radic, shit.
No, it's just ready again. I don't know. I was talking and the line just went dead. I'm talking to anybody. Was that the fault on your side or something? Or something somebody wants to tell about my phone? I'm wondering.
Alright. Do you want to ask a question, or you want to say something?
No, I'm listening. I'll come in when.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what happened to the line, so I fall back.
Okay,
well, I asked Jammers, is he spiritual? And then he came up with something like a magician, and Dougie believed him. So you believe everything he said. Re means to go forward, and liga mean legion, liga. So yeah, I don't read the re. No. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, I'm telling you the facts. You're coming with a belief system because you don't know what
you putting a spell on me. You're hocus pocus. No, you're hocus pocus. In the Bible, it was written that people like you be roaming the earth with your evilness.
Which Bible?
Which
Bible?
All the Bibles talk about you. your people, your religion. So where did you get your words from? Where did you find these
I
words
found the
from?
words in the same dictionary that you didn't.
No.
Because if you're
You're
looking at
using the
bottom-
white man's dictionary back on me, and then you're gonna say
when you're
don't
using
mean
that
nothing
same
'cause
white
it's
man's
Greek,
Bible
it's Latin,
written by a
it's this.
homosexual to get all your facts from.
No, you are. I don't read
Written by
it.
Shakespeare.
You told
You
me
know,
I
what is Shakespeare? Shakespeare is a master of what? Writing plays.
Listen. You said to me that
Yeah,
I
hello.
don't read the dictionary,
Hello?
and I said I
No,
don't.
you said that you said that you said it, but I didn't say it. You said it. You
Okay,
said-
Radio
you said
Radix.
dictionary.
I've heard.
Dictionary. How can you understand the Bible then?
Right,
Yeah,
Bible.
Radix, come in.
How can you write the Bible? The man is a playwright, isn't it? And the Bible, according to scholars and that, made up of a collection of books and put together. So it was King James just authorizing it as a king. He was known to be, I don't know, then, but he authorized it because it was banned. Not that he wrote it. Yeah, you have to get your facts right when you're challenging these things, or you would just put out false information out there. Brother, the jammers.
Can you correct me on what forces I put out?
Sorry?
Can you correct me on what the false information was that I put out to enlighten me as well?
But again,
Yes, because I didn't quite.
first he said he says he said the root of all evil is the root of all evil. It doesn't say that. It says the love of man. It's the root of all evil, somewhere in the Bible. And then you're saying that Shakespeare wrote the Bible. How could he write the Bible? It's a collection of books.
No, I said the King James version. Shakespeare wrote the King James version because they got at the time of the 16th century. The 16th century, they got the best scholars and the best interpreters of Greek and Hebrew to write the Bible, and Shakespeare was one of those scholars that was used in the writing of the King James Bible, which you correctly said he authorized it. But he was also a person who, when it came to witchcraft, what he used to do is tie the people's hands together and feet together, put them in water, and if they didn't drown, then he said they were witches, and most of them just drowned because he just used the book as a way of imposing his power.
Yeah, but he just authorized it. He just happened to be the king, and he just let it, king have authority. Things come and go, and new laws and blah blah blah. He just authorized it. And at the time, he just happened to be the king that authorized it at the time when it was, disallowed.
But what,
It don't mean he wrote it, does it?
I'm saying, if you studied, look at the Strong's coordinates of the Bible, which give you every single word of the Bible, also in Greek and Hebrew. And you see that there's a sometimes.
I'll be honest with you, right? Hello? I'm not a Bible expert, you know what I'm saying? I've been reading the Bible now and then, get some studies. I'm not an expert.
No, I'm just saying you can even Google it. You can just Google. You can go on Google.
I just wanted to do my conscience. So did you say Googles? Did somebody say Googles?
I said Google. You know Google, internet.
No, please don't mention them kind of commercials, That's a big beast company. That's part of the mark of the beast, That's new knowledge.
The book then, look at
Come with. That's not nobody
if
told
you
me
don't
I
want
wrote that up.
to check it out.
Google's part of the mark of the beast system. And he's giving them a free advertisement. Listen, can I elaborate on that?
No, I said just check it
I hardly hear anything.
Bible much. Well, I'm just saying, check it out yourself. I'm just telling you what I've seen myself, and you can check it out. You can check it out yourself. And it's a Bible
Wait,
reference. I said the Strong's coordinates of the Bible.
Search.
Reference 539. Right.
Yeah, web search.
If you get the book,
that G word. Now, can I come back with that word about that G company? Yeah. A company is like an elf octopus that's in everything.
Yes,
Comes
exactly.
from nowhere.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
I agree with you with
It's
that.
in money.
Yep.
It's in operating systems, Android. And if you look at Android, so I've got a funny nose. If you look at Android, right, you look at the default settings, right? They put things in there which is illegal, really, and it's like criminal intent, because they leave your phone trackable and broadcastable, so people can know your business. In your phone book, they want to get into your phone book, because the way that it's set is that your phone book, your personal business, is online. So it's like a control mechanism.
I fully agree with what you're saying.
We can't give free adverts over the airwaves, speaking up and advertising this company. So when I say to people, when people tell me, oh, just believe it, meaning like just go on the web search and look up that company, do web search for the company. I said, don't tell me to nothing. Don't tell me to bleep it. Tell me to web search it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's good that you brought that up, because this is why we have discussions like this. It's not to fight anybody, what anybody believes, but it's to bring up different viewpoints, so people can see how strong they expand their mind, question themselves, see, I can find out that I was wrong on certain things because someone's enlightened me. But if you don't talk about it or ask questions people don't like to ask, then you won't enhance. Everybody won't enhance. So basically, this is what it's all about. It's really about, if I haven't offended anybody, I just want people to just think again, and if they find me wrong, they'll be even stronger in their belief system, But that's all I'm saying. And it's excellent what you brought out to the table about the corporations and what they're doing, So this is, some people are not aware of this, So it's good that you're telling people to enlighten them.
People are just following certain trends without questioning certain things. Like in the vocabulary, they're giving a free advertisement as they talk. You see what I mean? When other search engines were around, I don't know, Arc, Screams, Netscape, you didn't just go to people, oh, just Netscape it. So because this other one is so big, people just using it, casually using it randomly, like it's become part of the vocabulary of their natural talk. It looks silly. I'll give you an example as well. You see iPod, podcast.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's a lot of misinformation going out, and it's people live their whole lives from misinformation because they trust in what somebody else has told them. And this is the problem that we have.
I just want to give another example, if you allow me.
Yes, go on, of course.
Yeah, see, like the term podcast, right? That, when I say podcast, that's a trademark name from Apple. It's an Apple product. Right. So, like, when they invented the iPod. So, when you say podcast, all it is just a pre-recorded, a digital audio file,
right?
Which people keep calling podcast, like a recording. But when you flip it the other way around, you say, well, when Sony came out with a Walkman, and you didn't go around saying, I need to buy a Walkman cast. You see what I mean? This is the days when there were cassettes, you know what I'm saying? Portable cassette players. You didn't go around saying, I need to buy a Walkman cast. So why you keep saying podcast? Because when you say podcast, you give allegiance to Apple products, a corporate organization. And this is, again, it's creeped into the mindset and psyche of people when they say these things, free adverts, without even thinking. You get me? So this is what's happening. But out of all these corporations, I'll say Google's the worst. Because they're everywhere. It's like it's like a big takeover. You get me, people, listeners? Gotta stop using that word. Start telling people, well, just bleep it. I'm not going to say that G word again because I'm giving them free advertisement and I don't like it. There's other search engines you can use. They give these people too much information. They control the world. I'll give you an example. This is when I saw something very suspicious. This is years ago. I was in a Caribbean island in an internet cafe, communicating, back to England. And on their home screen. So when you open up the browser, it said Google. Sorry, I said it again. It said basically, this web page, right? And it had the name of the island underneath. So I started to think. I said, okay, everything I searched for within this island Google knows about it. So in a country, if you search for in that particular country, they know about it. But they can manipulate the economics of that island or country because they don't know what people are searching for. Say you need solar panels. So many searches for solar panels in a particular place. They know to market solar panel stuff down there. They'll always be a step ahead of the markets because they can control the information. This is why you shouldn't allow companies to profile you, create too much accounts, because they can control and market trends. It's just like that organization, Cambridge Anal Lickers, whatever. I call them Cambridge Anal Lickers because they got a damn cheek. And they manipulated the information, influenced voters and things like that. They just hacked in whatever, manipulated this, manipulated that.
Radix.
They're facing.
Yes, Radix, right? Apart from the company that you don't want to name, any website you go and will track. They got cookies. They use algorithms. You know, so you'll know once they know that you've gone on a website. It could be my website. I put something in there.
Yeah.
I know what you're searching for, and everywhere you look, after that you just keep seeing my name, because that's the way how.
No, you can turn it off. You can turn off cookies, whatever.
Yeah, they do.
You have to keep information correct. You can't say they control everything because they don't control nothing, really.
Yeah.
These companies only control what you give them, what you allow them. Nobody can judge you unless you allow them to judge you by you talking about yourself and you giving information about yourself. That's a basic rule. So if you give them information, you should allow them.
Okay then. Radix, listen.
Allow them.
All right. Radix.
Yeah.
Sorry. Couple people try to come in upon us now. So, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Then. Give thanks for the contribution, my brother. Really valued. All right then. So that's Radio Radix making some valuable contribution. I know there's a couple people eager to phone in. The live link number 07960 239-493, and we had a warm reasoning. I don't know where the religion come into it, but yeah.
And I just like to once again say, me personally, I haven't got a problem with religion, and we as African people have spiritualized religion. You know, it's what held our families together. You know, especially even now, the family unit was held through our spirituality, our consciousness of being together, and our nature. And even the youths killing each other now is through our loss of the spiritual nature of ourselves. Thank you.
Good thanks, jammers. Greetings.
Greetings.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Brad Dudley.
Wow. Everything, Chris?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Brethren, the politician brethren still not the true, huh?
Yeah, man. It might give me some problem. It might give me some problem earlier on still.
Okay.
You ready for him?
Now I wonder how him left from politics gone in our religion. How him had to do for them.
The two of them not tricks, man.
Eh?
The two of them not tricks same way.
Oh, yeah, trickster.
Yeah, man. When you're up against a system, you know, I just said that. Yeah, me to join all the Christian party, you know.
Yeah.
You don't believe that? You don't believe that?
No, a politician will do anything, you know. So.
well, I'm not really saw it though still, you know, because you have to be able to do it. You have to be able to do it and be consistent. Because the whole thing is to effect change, you know, see it.
Change to what? Then you know, you did I get the other brother advice, brethren, and you did show him say the thing done controlled by a different set of people, and he have to make allegiance with other people and all them so.
Yeah, but that is just because he's a one-aware.
Eh?
It's because he's a one-aware.
Then you don't make allegiance when you're two aware, don't?
No. You see it good now. You see, as an individual, if you not have no support when you put forward a motion and you not have another person for second it just stay in your head.
Yeah, me know all of that, you know. Now
Okay.
say,
Alright.
wherever you go, you know. You see, if you turn a policeman, you're going to behave like a policeman.
Well, right now, I could stay with
If you turn a
the
politician, you're going to behave like a politician. So,
I don't understand the behavior you talk about.
Eh?
I don't understand the behavior because before I went to politics, I was an activist.
You was a what?
Activist.
No
A
politics,
community activist.
Why you the activist no about? No politics?
No. I was fighting against certain things within the community, like racism and all them sort of thing.
Like what?
Racism.
Then no politics to go on, you know?
Yeah, well, I just me go because obviously I was outside fighting, and I reached a point, and then the requirement was to go on the inside.
Okay.
You understand? So it's like a Trojan horse. I didn't put on the activism. You understand? Because I went in there, I wasn't happy outside, so I go inside to carry on the same kind of attitude, and then obviously them put up the resistance, so the fight became bigger.
And I could have tell you that before you go in there still.
No, but you see, experience teaches knowledge. You see, enough people tell me that. You understand?
No,
some people show it.
That's why I try to show you a while ago, say, if you turn a policeman, you're going to behave like a policeman. If you turn a politician, you're going to behave like a politician. Because they all got characters. They all have their own spirit. You understand?
Well, may I try follow you know, because I know everybody I see them, you know. Everybody have a different character and thing. May I say everybody still have a certain character about themselves, irrespectful of where them place themselves. So you go find so I know every police I see them, you know.
Well, make him not do what I'm want to and see what them do to him.
Well, me not know because you see, is a discussion we did have earlier. You understand? Because when them take up the post, you know, remember still, you know, they're supposed to be offering a service. They're supposed to be offering a service.
No, they won't go change. They won't go change that for marketing reason.
No, but I know so it go all the time still, you know. A mankind corrupt the position that them find themselves in.
Mankind corrupt it?
Yeah, because some people fall into temptation. Because if you even check the same politicians, them like with the Labour people, one time they would serve the community, and then eventually they became just the same as all the other ones.
At which time that was?
Like with the look on the Blair era.
One, two.
He became more conservative than Labour.
Yeah, but you did say it was an error, innit?
Yeah, well, that's the time me did leave. Me did kind of step away from them.
Yeah, but may I ask you which time Labour did I serve the community?
Well, what do you mean? Our community are, because again, it's the same thing.
Any community for that matter.
No, man, listen, every different party over here has to serve for them community, you know. But we as a community different to them. When you consider the racism and the things that we're up against.
No, me I say, right? Which party you know serve the community, any community?
Listen, you know, I hear what I say.
At any time.
Hear me now. Yeah, hear me. May I show you say, yeah? Irrespectful of Labour, conservative, Lib Dems, them ones that serve for them community.
And me I tell you, say, you fi show me.
So now that me I tell you, man.
No, but you not show me, you tell me.
But me can show you. I talk to you. You can't show me, though.
No, because from me come to England in 71, me never see that.
You never? Alright. Hear me now.
Yeah.
Me come here 69, right?
Yeah.
I come here 69, yeah? Obviously, I come here at the age of 10, yeah? Me never get into politics until I was in my 20s, late 20s.
Yeah.
You understand? We as a community, the whole of we vote Labour.
Okay.
As a black community.
Yeah.
And we believe, say, them is for we, because we leave Jamaica, then say, if Jamaica you come from, and you say them are socialists. But socialist is only a name. You understand? Yeah. For it to be in practice, it have served the whole community, but it was never serving us. You see it? So that's what I show you, say, irrespective of whichever party, they had their own institutional system. Yeah? And then there was a time when...
But you talk like a real politician now.
But I know that you tell me some is, man.
Yeah, go around the thing, you know. Because I ask you a simple question.
Yeah, but you
which time you can tell me, say, a party serve the community?
But, hey, my brethren, me sure you say none of them not serve way, because them is a community unto themselves.
If you did say that long time, you could have did move on.
No, but me did show you. Me I show you say the Lib Dems, the Conservative and the Labour, them serve for them community, them not serve way.
No, but alright, no. What you call the community?
Community?
Yeah.
Right. Alright. Listen, me I separate myself from them, you know. Yeah? Me I look upon we African alright. You see like the Commonwealth, them who come from the Commonwealth, them is a community. Yeah? And then them ones who is from Europe, them is a community unto themselves. You understand? So what I'm showing you now is the Lib Dems, the Conservative and the Labour, they were serving the European community. They never take we into consideration.
No, I thought you didn't understand, but it looked like you don't understand.
Understand what?
But I thought you did just say them not serve nobody and then you come back and say themselves.
No, hear me. May I show you say them serve themselves, star?
No, Virgin, them serve the corporation and the people them who rule them.
Yeah, but them is European, don't for them corporation that.
No, them not serve the community, Virgin, them serve the corporation.
Alright. So me I gonna show you say now. You see this Brexit thing?
Yeah, what I'm saying.
It's a corporation we just decide so we're gonna pull out of, innit? Now for them corporation that.
If I want?
I know for them corporation that.
But them no want to Brexit, you know say that?
Yeah, because it's for them corporation, so them find it difficult to draw away. Because it's their corporation, it's difficult for them to draw away because they're part of the European thing.
Yeah, but this is the first time.
Yeah, well that's yeah.
Hold on now. This is the first time in so much years people get a vote, you know. Brexit, you know.
Yeah.
The rest of the time people are vote for people and not issues.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, you know, because I was part of the reason why that happened. May I say, I'm glad you said that because I was part of the reason why that happened.
Why what happened?
That vote that you talk about, where they voted to come out of this European thing.
The white people must have a vote that anyway.
Alright, so why you think them vote that then? Why them vote that?
Because they're not talking to Europe.
Yeah, well, me can see that. Me can see that, but it take them a long time to realize that.
Yeah, but no, not for them to realize that long time. And they want to go back to the Commonwealth because that's what them wealth there.
Yeah, well, that's the point. That is the point. And
yeah.
Their wealth has always been with the Commonwealth.
Yeah. But the Europe, did I restrict it?
Yeah, because them start sell off everything and it's a European country that may not buy out England.
Yeah, because you what no. The banana them what them did own in Jamaica. The coconut and all them thing there. European restrict them from a trade.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why I show you so me end up joining UKIP just to draw away ourselves from that, because when you and I leave Jamaica was a paradise. You know, see, but in the 70s now, when them pull up the drawbridge so that what we produce couldn't come in, our people are yard suffer.
No man, I understand. Jamaica is still a paradise.
Okay, well the people them are suffer that.
The people them is another matter.
Yeah, all right. We can't separate that. Me take your line.
No, and let me touch something with that now. You see, Bob Marley say in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. So if you live in a paradise and want to turn it into hell, that's your problem. You understand?
Yeah, but again, that is possible if you as a nation or as a country is divided amongst yourself.
No, who decides to make people divide?
Well, we allow it still in it. No matter who decided, still we allow it.
That me I tell you because the people them would rather deal with the slave master than them brothers and sisters. And that's the problem. And that's a black people problem. Just like you that try. Even me here, Jammers, I try to talk to the Jesus people, including yourself. That them I look to the slave master who the Caribbean SS Jesus go around the Caribbean and take up him things.
Yeah, but that
and a continuous slavery.
Yeah, but that was a legacy our first so-called leaders did adopt.
No, we're not no leader. Where we leader them?
No, me I said the so-called leaders.
No, but where them lead?
Well, them leave a legacy of division.
Eh?
There's a legacy of division.
No, the division was always there.
Well,
Jamaica is not ours, you know. And the Caribbean island them is not ours, you know. It still belongs to the crowd. You understand? That's why you still have the Commonwealth. Because if you are people, I'm going to beat you every day. And every day I'm going to beat you. If you have any sense, next time you see me come, you run left him down.
Yeah, or you lick him down. But so, at the same time, parts
but
of
even
Africa,
if you don't have the strength to lick him down, you have to run and hide from him, innit?
Yeah, but you can't hide all the time.
You're not going to want to friend him up and try begging things and all them things that when him rob you at the same time.
Yeah, but me I say you can't hide all the time.
Eh?
You can't hide all the time.
No, but you can't hide for some of the time.
You have to formulate some form of strategy to deal with the issue or the problem.
No, here what? No. Sometimes you have to retreat, you know.
Yeah, I know that.
Right?
But you can't retreat all the time.
Then you know, see England. England when Germany beat out it ratted out of France and them run come back through Dunkirk and them place there. And hold him in time for the right moment when he get help from the American them.
Yeah, so
at the same thing, we have to retreat and take a hold of ourselves, take a stock of ourselves till the right moment come.
Okay, well there's a time and place for everything. So when do you see this right time being?
Eh?
When do you see this right time being? Because
the time now is we take stock of ourselves. And that's at the time now. When everybody takes stock of themselves and everybody get in a harmony, then everybody will automatically know when the right time is.
Okay, alright. Well, me I wait for such time still, you know. Because be ready.
Yeah, you know, must see it though.
Yeah, well, me know that. Me know that.
Yeah.
Me know that. So anyway, where we are take this thing go? Where we are go with it?
Eh?
Where we going with it? With the reasoning? Where we are go with it?
Well, me want you let go God, you know. Because God and the politics now work out. Because you see, the politics is the people who are alive, and God is for afterlife. God now have nothing done here. You understand?
Okay, so you have to say, you tell me say no, me must dead first.
Eh?
You tell me must dead first.
No, me I tell you that. I gotta tell you that.
Gotta tell me that.
I know me I tell you that, you know. I gotta tell you that.
Okay, so you might tell me that through you.
No, I'm not telling me that through you. Me just remind you, of the error of your ways.
Hear me. Him not tell me that yet, you know. Him not tell me that yet.
Yeah, man, then from the moment you read his master plan, what him put in the Bible, you don't upset it already?
No. I tell you when we say to ourselves still, saying, me say, it's not how long me live now. It's what me doing on my time. You understand? So as long as me do what me know me to do, when death coming off, me not worry about no dead business. You understand? But right now, me a walk.
So why you worry about God? Because God has the dead.
No. Me a walk with him, man, because God in me.
So that means you worry about the afterlife then?
No, what me a worry about that for? What me a worry about that for?
No, but it would appears to be. That's why you want Lord God come.
That you are telling me because you are telling me after me dead, God come. So me not worry about that. Me I walk with God right now.
Which part you are?
Within me.
And I watch your pamper.
Spirit.
No. The only way you walk with God is the idea in your head.
But no spirit that one.
That is just an idea, Bridget.
Is an idea.
Yeah, an idea.
Okay, so where the idea that lead to then, if it's an idea?
Look, then the devil no idea too.
No. Forget about the devil, man.
You can't talk without God, without talking about the devil.
Alright, you start with the God first then.
No, but just start. It's the same reason we bring earlier on still to them, you know.
Yeah, me hear you.
Well,
if you talk about a kind, you have to talk about the heads and tails, don't?
Yeah, but it's a choice. It's a choice thing.
What kind of choice you have?
It's either or either. You don't know how choice.
No.
Choice God is either or either, you know.
God and the devil are the same thing, Bertie. The only thing me find out in my life, in my experience, in my observation, is that the people them bad people them bad mind devil people.
Yeah, well, that's
me never hear the devil say anything bad about God yet. But the God people them always say something bad about the devil.
I mean, hey, I bet you the devil said to God to leave my business alone and deal with your one. I bet the devil said leave my business alone and you go deal with your one.
No man, you can't tell me about because I am my brother's keeper and I have to keep you out of the foolishness.
May I try to understand how that coming at this reason because you see you want to do things for me.
How it coming at the reason? Yeah. Mister, if we ever have success on the earth, we have to leave God alone and get on with the work. You understand?
Yeah, may I try over.
Yeah, we have to leave God alone because God is the program that keeps you as a slave. You understand? Try to get your head around that.
Okay, so
God is the program.
Okay,
right?
So would you say that because of the input that comes from the European perspective? Or
nah, man, it come way before Europe, from the first man who make God.
Okay.
From Anunnaki and them brother they what them talk about. And that's what them foolishness come down. I bring down Kemet and them something there.
Okay.
You understand? Because instead of them did that to do things and defend and make them security and defend themselves, then I say God will do it. Okay. And God never do it.
Again, is the same reason that I said that God is within us, it's not outside.
No man, you know, alright, did you know say India have 33, the Hindu them have 33 million different gods?
Yeah, well, I don't want to deal with them, I just deal with my one. I just my one me I deal with because
well, at least them man they carve out one and put on them table. You're own invisible, you can't see him, you can't introduce me to him, you can't do nothing. It's just an idea.
Okay,
at least the original man them who did that make God did that carve them out of stone and wood and and them something there. You could have seen it. But a guy come up with a bright idea as a female invisible, and him are the bad God, and there shall be no other God before me. It's a Dodos type of thing. You understand? I'm a bully all of the other God them out of the way.
Yeah, well, I don't know still, because I still look
if you want to know, you must read what the Catholic Church do to the people them in a medieval times, and read what the Islamic people them do when them did go through. That's what religion and God do for you. You understand? God has never come and unified the earth. Because if there is an omnipotent God and an omnipresent God, and him up there, I look down we and see all the suffering I go on. It must be a sadomasochist. You can't be a brother like we in a no sense of harm. You understand? Because if he like we and him claims that the devil are do them thing there. He have all power to tell the devils to cease, don't? Yeah? But anytime you ask a Christian that, them say God know best. But them never know best yet. Them never know, so them feel the thing for cause the suffering to cease.
Okay, so given the choice then.
Yeah.
We lean either way, or we just go forward straight. Which one?
If we lean, all you have to do, it's like you did say a wise thing earlier that the white man should have leave you alone. You need to do the same thing with God. You have to left God alone. Because when you left God alone, you put down your troubles. You put down all of your trouble. Because the white man program you to him. You understand? It's a program. God is a program in your operating system. And it's actually a virus upset your operating system.
Yeah, well, I can digest that still, you know, because like I share with my brother Doug here before, because when I go to church, I just a physical thing, you know, because more time on my mind than Jamaica.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with the church, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with church, you know, because church can give fellowship, is a place to congregate and do something. And then, but because them are focused on God, them not build the school, them not build the house, them not feed the people. You understand? Through them are focused on something else instead of themselves.
Okay. Alright, well pan all of that still, how you want so we chart forward, because obviously we have a medium whereby people are listening out there, so with all that is said, it's important that we have an overview and a move forward. So
just look into yourself and bring out the best in yourself.
Man, you done convert me already. Me say you don't convert my thoughts and my mindset, so
for
the other people them out there.
So, but you still have to go looking at yourself now.
No man, I'm looking at myself all the time.
No. You can't look, man. It's not an overnight thing. So you can't just learn it now and think say you have the understanding.
I never tell you something, learn it. I say we have to move it forward, because we're going
then that me I tell you what to do now. You have to go looking at yourself now. From the point of view, I may just show you. You understand? And then you have to come out with that with that different frequency now. And coming at the thing what Dougie did that about earlier, which is consciousness. You're going to become aware of what to do. You understand? And you know, and what we have to do, we don't have to make no noise about it. We just have to do it.
Alright, give thanks to that still.
Alright then, yeah. Brother Dougie, Damas.
Respect every time.
Supreme.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Everyone in that studio.
Big up.
Alright. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I just want to bounce off what Ras McCoy said, because as soon as you start to believe something, you lose your consciousness. And consciousness. I said, as soon as you start to believe something, you lose your consciousness.
But obviously.
And consciousness is your source of power.
Yeah.
You know, your consciousness is created by your habit, your instinct, and your ability to be inventive and innovative. And that's when you're using your own mind to do your own things, to be self-reliant. That is the source of power, is consciousness. And that's the first thing that they take away when they give you this belief system, is your consciousness.
Yeah.
Respect.
One love. Perfect love.
Okay, that was Ras McCoy, just giving us some in-depth reasoning. Okay then, the live link number is 07960-239-493. This will be the last call. I think my phone is literally getting a bit dead at the moment. Yeah.
There's only one God. Yeah, there's only one God, and that God is within yourself.
All right. For me, said that you
understand? And it's a personal, and you see, the God and the devil thing that you're talking about, that is just choice, you know. You have a choice, either you go this way or you go that way. Yeah, and depending on your closeness in the relationship, in the moral principles that's been laid down, it determines the path. Yeah, but sometimes you got to the right in order to learn certain lessons, you know.
But Bedre, but I say, when we think about God, you think about the devil. If you think about the devil, you think about God. It's better we get rid of the two of them, right? Because that is blocking our consciousness.
Well, no, it's not blocking our consciousness. I wouldn't agree with that.
We can't reach a certain level.
No, but then it's the same as, no, but it's the same as saying love and hate. The two of them exist.
Yeah. If you think of love, you know about hate.
The two of them exist, you know. Are you and I mingle if we make a choice?
No, you see, I start messing up, because what I'm saying, to reach a certain level of consciousness, is the God and the devil thing what's holding us back. Because we think about God, you think about the devil. Think about the devil, you think about God.
Yeah, but the acknowledgement is there, Dougie. What you don't have to live your life the way the devil. You live your life how God tells you to.
You can't.
But you don't. But the devil is there.
Yeah, listen. It's
like having a sibling that you don't get on with. That sibling is your sibling, and it will always be your sibling. But you might not have much to do with them. But you have to acknowledge that you have that sibling. It's the said thing with the evil power in this world, because we are the air. Look at our kids, them. Look at the pity them. Please look at the media. Everything is geared up to take people away from the pleasantries of what God's kingdom can bring us. We've got the social media. We've got Snapchat, WhatsApp. All of them, Instagram, what's the other one? Facebook, Book for Fears. All of them, our young people are getting carried away on the waves of this social media. And our young people are up and coming. Our young people are being destroyed. Our young people are being taken away by the likes of the rap artists, the glamour, the drugs, the glamour, the money. It's not good, is it? It's all the spirit of this system of things. So we have to acknowledge, Dougie, that there is a force out there that is more powerful than us, but isn't good.
Well, it's not.
But equally, there is a power more powerful than him, and in God's time, he will come and take that one away.
But I'm talking about a higher level of consciousness. And I'm saying God, to me, and the God devil thing is blocking our consciousness.
Okay, so what when you say blocking our consciousness, I don't understand what you mean.
What I'm saying, when we think about God, you think about the devil. When we think about the devil, think about God. And that is what's blocking us. You know?
Blocking us from doing what?
To reach that sort of high level of consciousness, that awareness, that consciousness.
The majority of people that really believe in God and really practice what he said we should practice, they have a high level of consciousness. They have a very high level of consciousness, and they're very clear in their consciousness. But it's about believing, isn't it? It's about knowing, it's about education. Because at the end of the day, for me, what I say to people is this book, the Bible, many people don't believe that the Bible is written by God. Many people don't believe in the Bible, but many people don't believe in the higher being, the Most High. But I would say, whether you believe in him or not, this book is a wonderful book. You show me 3 things in it that conflict a good life. Show me 3 things in it that are wrong, that are bad. Show me 3 things in it that if you live your life that way, you will have disaster. People can't.
Yeah, but you see, I can only go by evidence. And what I see, my observation, what I see. I mean, if you look at Jamaica, right? Yeah. In what the place is, I don't know, what the place is in it's what was 7 Day Advent in Manchester. Yeah. Yeah, Manchester, Mandeville. Where there's Wallapa. No, I say in Jamaica now, right? In Hull, right?
Churches
all over the place, right? But would you say the people there are more holy in Jamaica?
More holy?
Yeah, they behave in a holy way.
It depends what you mean by holy.
They don't, right? And there's Wallapa churches in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right? So, to me, it's not so much the religion, it's how people use the religion for their shield to carry the same nastiness, so to speak.
But it's not the religion. We got to remember here, religion is a house. It really is a house. Who's in your house is not the house. It's not what makes a house. And the institution is set up to make people now. When you look at, once again, the Bible, Jesus left people to look after his sheep. A lot of these churches aren't doing that, and I would say so. They're not doing that. But then God looks at your heart condition. He knows we live in an imperfect world, and he knows we are imperfect. So he looks at your individual heart, your heart condition. You know, Dougie, things are very, very hard in this time. Very hard. So we've got all kind of something around us. But it's the heart condition that people need to look at.
Yeah, but that's something you need to take responsibility for yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay then.
Because you one is going to stand in front of God in the day of judgment. Not you, your mother and your father. It's you one. So what you do is not what the institution does.
We're talking about God. What God are we talking about? Is this physical human being or up in the sky? I just want to be clear what we're talking about.
Who do you think God is? Where do you think he is?
I think God's within.
Okay. And when you say within, what do you mean? That you are a God? Is that what you mean?
Definitely. You know?
Okay.
Definitely.
A God with a small G or a God with a big G?
Small G. A small G.
We are the gods.
A pigment as on the seashore. as a grain of sand, and collectively you then become a greater G. Yeah.
All right. So we have to. Okay. So I didn't ring for a major debate, but when you say things like that, then you're actually going to say that there was no creator of the universe.
No.
And then you're going to say.
No, if
there is no creator of the universe, then the universe came here with the Big Bang, the Darwin theory.
No, we're not going to say that, because at that theory we're in a problem now, and they're forever trying to
exactly.
You understand?
So then we have to rethink whether we are God with a big G or a small G.
No, what we don't say is a small G. Yeah, so, and is that unity that we're lacking why these people is presently in control. You understand? Because we have the greater knowledge than them, because they evolved from us. You see? So, to a certain extent, those who don't understand the scriptures or the interpretation, because remember, we're coming from a sense of worshipping an image. Yeah, even though I'm done till you say you're not supposed to worship no image. And then we make it even worse now. This image was portrayed as being a white person. Yeah, but at the same time, from where Christ was, because the sun shined, so he could never have had blue eyes. You see what I'm saying? So he's corrupt. They've corrupted our mind. They've stolen our book, interpreted, put alphabets that never existed. You understand? And then use that said same book and turn against it the same way they might use the music and everything.
If I can say, my brother, whatever whatever they've done with the colour of Christ, or whatever colour is, what every colour is, and what we are, what we aren't, we need to just really look at the overall message of the Bible. And the overall message of the Bible is telling us of God's kingdom. And in the middle, let's not get lost in all the little things that we don't understand, because there's plenty of things in the Bible that we don't understand. But overall, we understand the bigger message.
Yeah, well, the obvious we need to get rid of. You understand? And deal with the spirituality. Yeah, and then look at our character, our nature. Yeah, and then deal with the love, because at the end of the day, we have to then say God is love, and then evil is hate. Yeah, and as we go through life, we choose which road we go down.
And do we as a people, or do we as a nation, or do we as humans promote love? And I would say we don't.
No, you have to say as humans.
Exactly.
Because everybody, every race have a bad apple.
Exactly.
You understand? So it's not a race thing. Yeah,
no.
Even though we can go back and say we are original, because he put us in that garden and he gave us everything. And he tell us, well, no bother do certain things. Yeah, and then somehow we follow some illusion.
Disobedient.
Yeah, and we go astray because we weren't satisfied. You understand? So in this day and age, the reason why we're straying further and further is because we're getting too caught up in the material and drawing away from the natural. The natural is what he gave us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So right now, you and I will go to work with pursuing money. We want to have a car, we want to have a house. You see what I'm saying? And we're forgetting the love of God which connect us as common beings.
May I just interject? For me personally, I don't think there is anything wrong with wanting a house and wanting a car.
No, I'm not saying anything wrong with that, because every animal have a house.
Isn't it? If you can afford to have a really nice car that doesn't compromise your work towards your God or your work for your God, then by all means have it.
Yeah, but that other car, Genesis still doing it, but somebody else shouldn't have it.
Anything that gets in front of your relationship or the work you need to do for your God is the problem. So
hold on a second, because alright then, I don't have a problem with
the house,
with the God and religion. If you put it this way, if your religion is making you more productive, more responsible to yourself, to your family, to your community, I don't have a problem with it, right? But if it's not doing that, you need to question it. You know, because all you're doing is going on this faith thing, right? So, you know, and at the same time, alright, everybody's got their own personal personal belief, or as personal to them, right?
Yeah.
See, but me now, I reach a stage where I question everything. I mean, this thing about Jesus, right? And the thing is that, and Clive will agree, man, I know James doesn't know work in this area there, right? In those days, there was no J in the alphabet. See? So, for example, if my name is my name is Colin, right? And then y'all call me Bob. I'm not gonna answer that, because that's not my name. So when we say there's name in the power of Jesus, there's to me there's a contradiction there, right? See, so again we need to question that again.
But I would agree with you, Dougie, and it's like God's name is Jehovah, translated for us. In the original Hebrew scriptures, it's Yahweh because of the pronunciation. But like I said, please, let's not get caught up with how we pronounce somebody's name. Let's just know that he has a name and he wants us to use it. So that's the main thing that we need to be concerned with.
My sister, it's still a mindset. You understand? It's a mindset. So we still need to take ourselves away from that mindset. Yeah, we need
when
to.
When you say the mindset to take away from, what mindset are you talking about?
The mindset. If it's Yahweh, it's Yahweh. You understand? It's the same way like when you look on the world used to have certain name, and then the European come in and them change everything. You see what I'm saying? So when you look back now, it just cause more confusion. Yeah? So the idea is to get away from the confusion. Yeah, and that's why it's so important to look back. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know where you're coming from, you won't know where you're going. So we still have to go back to the origin. Once we've started that, then we can move forward with one mind, one spirit.
I think there may always be a little bit of a confusion because there's always going to be a dispute between people.
You see, whilst us...
and understanding for now.
Yeah, please hear this, yeah? Whilst we are as a race, yeah, who is one with one accord with God, yeah, as original, yeah, until we go back and take full responsibility, yeah, to maintain that garden, yeah, those who have evolved, you understand, they don't want to look back, because when they look back they see us origin, you understand. So what they do, they continue to project an illusion, yeah, and then we gravitate towards that, and then when we follow it, then we find some way to get lost. So the same like we were talking about before, them tell us that diesel was a good thing, yeah, and then them after you done spend your money, them tell us that diesel is now bad. You see what I'm saying? So they don't know what they're doing because they don't have the experience, yeah. So we know who is here as elders who have journeyed, yeah, know where we come from. So when the youth come to us now, we tell them, where you going? You know what, this, that, and all that evolve. You see what I'm saying? So it's important, particularly when we're on a medium like this, where we're impacting information. You understand? So when we say God, we gotta be thinking about just good. Yeah, the good of mankind in harmony, in peace, in love, where we're responsible for each other. So if one are tired, we can help the other to propel ourselves forward. You see what I'm saying? So we have to just keep it back simple, because that's where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, like me in our church, you understand? But me is only in the spirit, physically, spiritually, more time in there.
Hey, Bridget, we are doing that church.
No, because no, really and truly, it's just like in the days of the nights, you know. You know when say the evil couldn't go in our church, you know. You understand? The music come that so far, and just the fear of God alone.
But you don't know where you come from, you know. For your talk. You have some talk about the place, Your reason. Hey, I want to bring in Jamis for this thing. Jamis coming for this job.
I tell you, one, hey,
come on,
hey, one of these days, now one of these days, I'm going to show you, yeah, because you see when it come to the Bible thing, me used to sell the Bible, you know, with the original Maccabees in it. You understand? So right now, if you challenge me, we can bring your Bible. When you see the Bible, you're frightened. You understand? You understand? But over the years, them change it. So when you look upon as a book and you think it's complete, it's incomplete. But you don't know no different. You see what I'm saying? So you rely upon it. You see, but when you know different, you understand? And you have the evidence, then you can sell them things there. You know what I'm saying?
Stop talking about that. Because hey, the way you heard it from me there, man. Boy, you start sweet, man.